Former homeless people, what is the nicest thing someone ever did for you? I was homeless as a teenager and used to hitchhike around the country. I was hiking from Wisconsin to New Orleans. I was 15 and pregnant, although I didn't know it at the time. I was sick and throwing up and was trying to get back to New Orleans to go to the charity hospital. I was having a terrible journey. A guy tried to grab my leg and I resisted and he dropped me off on a toll road where no one would pick me up. So I spent several days walking until a semi-truck driver finally gave me a lift. He was a nice old man and I told him up front that I was 15 and he promised he wouldn't try to hurt me. He told me I reminded him of his niece and would give me a ride as far as he could go. I spent a few hours riding with him and then he pulled off the road at a rest area and asked me if I needed to use the restroom. I did, and I was stupid enough to leave my backpack in his truck when I went in to use it. When I came out, he had thrown my backpack out into the parking lot and left me there, and there were bums going through my bag stealing my stuff. I was tired, hungry, and now I had just been robbed of what little possessions I had. Only a few items of clothing remained. I walked down the highway again and a short time later a car pulled over to give me a lift. The man inside was very overweight, sweaty, smelly, and was wearing just a t-shirt and dolphin shorts. The only reason I accepted the ride was because he had a CB radio in his car, and I thought I could use it to call ahead for another ride. Joke was on me. Once we got down the road he told me the CB didn't work, and now I was stuck in the car with this creepy guy. Luckily, he said he could only give me a lift to the other side of St. Louis. It only took a few minutes before his hand started sliding up my leg. I told him no and he immediately withdrew his hand and apologized. He said he would take me a bit farther to make up for it. A few minutes later, here comes the hand again. I asked him to let me out. He apologized again, and said he'd take me further. He started to pull off onto an exit. Me, can I get out here? Guy, no. There's a place I want to show you. I looked over and there's a sign for a lake up the exit, and I instantly pictured myself tied to a rock at the bottom of a lake. As soon as he got to the end of the exit ramp where it meets the off-road, I opened my door, grabbed my bag, and tried to jump out. He grabbed my necklace and shirt and pulled me back inside and started choking me with it. I was punching him as hard as I could, and I got a good one right in his nose. He loosened his grip enough for me to pull free, and I ran across the off-road and back onto the entrance to the highway. First he yelled, "Get back here, you stupid B-word," and tried to run after me, but he was too fat and I was too far ahead, so he tried to hit me with his car. I jumped over the little rail that runs along the ditch, and I guess he didn't want to damage his car so he kept going and got back on the highway. Now I'm absolutely terrified that he's going to turn around at the next exit and come back for me, so I'm frantically waving down cars on the highway. My neck is swelling and it's hard to breathe. My shirt is torn open. I haven't showered or eaten in 3 days. I'm crying. I'm sick. I'm a mess. And just to make things worse, it starts to rain. But then, a car pulls over. A cop car. Thanks to the gods, I'm saved. I don't even care if I go to jail. At least there will be food there. The officer opens the front door and tells me to get in. It was a lady in a brown uniform. Not sure if she's sheriff, police, park ranger. I have no clue. I'm just happy to be getting away from that psycho. I tell her the whole story while she's driving down the highway. She says she'll make sure I'm safe. She takes me to a gas station and gives me $10 to buy some sandwiches. Then she tells me it's going to get dark soon, and she can't just leave an underage girl out on the highway at night, so she's going